Coach Harper, everybody.
You guys updated on Caspar first.
Really haven't had a chance to talk to our trainers and doctors, but we'll hope for the best. But obviously, we were told at halftime that he was done for the evening, which is unfortunate. He was playing very well, and he's one of the toughest kids we've got. So we just pray that he's okay. But at this point, just really don't know much.
You guys have kind of struggled in the last 8 minutes of the ball game throughout the year. You put together, I think it was a 21-4 run to close after they went on the 8-0 run. What was the key in that run?
Well, I think we had taken a shot that was kind of a rush shot. I could see panic starting to set in. And we took a timeout, and I thought we got them settled down. The guys, it's okay, but we must stay with what we want to do. We don't need to take rush shots. Let the play develop and see what's there. We need to get the ball inside. And I thought Jamal Crook was terrific in the last 6 minutes. I thought he made all the right decisions. I think good basketball teams are like good football teams. If you have a terrific quarterback, you've got a great chance to win. And so I'm all about point guards, the decisions they make with the basketball. Because we had 9 turnovers today. That's 3 in the second half. That's tremendous. We've gone 3 straight games now with 9, 11, and 9. So we're starting to understand and value the basketball. But most importantly, I thought we got great shots. And on the defensive end, we had no one that would break down. Everyone was in their stance. I saw guys talking. When we were switching ball screens, everyone was communicating. And we just didn't give them anything easy. And I thought the tougher basketball team won the game today.
You guys forced 17 turnovers and got 23 points off those turnovers. Talk about that a little bit, how important the role that played in the game.
I think it's a must for good basketball teams to get good shots, get easy buckets because of your defense. I think 2 ways we can get easy baskets. It's because of our defense, creating bad shots that will lead us to some transition baskets, getting out and running. We got some of those today. You can't continually play in the half court. You just can't do it. I've not seen many teams that can come down where they're not running and getting some easy ones and be successful. Now, you must be able to grind it out, which we did in the last 6 minutes. So we want to be that basketball team that can play any way you want to play. You want to play real fast, we can play that way. You want to grind it out, we're a better team grinding it out than you. And, you know, this was just the first step against a very good basketball team. We must continue to grow.
Talk about your execution or your players' execution of the game and what you wanted and plans you had versus in the first half versus the second half.
Well, we wanted to try to get the ball into the post. In the first half, we thought we could really go at a couple of guys in some ball screen action. We tried to get the big kid, what's his number, 53, we tried to get him involved in some ball screen action, some pick and pop action for Vinny. I mean, it was pretty obvious to me that Vinny Zolo was locked in today. I kind of noticed that the last few days he had a tight hamstring. We didn't start him today. And I sat down and talked to him yesterday and explained to him why we weren't starting him. We didn't start George Fant today. I sat down yesterday and explained to him why we were not starting him. It wasn't that they weren't playing well. We needed a change. This team needed some changes. I thought it would be good for George to be able to sit and watch the first couple of minutes of how the game's being called. Last few games he's gotten 2 fouls early and kind of taken himself out of it. So with Vinny, I thought it was a tough matchup with the kid Jackson, number 12, to start the game. He's a little quicker and a little more athletic, but Vinny proved me wrong when he went in. I thought he did a tremendous job of defending him. He rebounded the ball. He was the one that got us going in the first half. When we were struggling to get going, as you can see, he plays with some energy. And like I told the kids, there was not a guy, whether he played or didn't play, that was in that locker room. Everyone contributed today. I'm so proud of them. They needed this.
Some enthusiasm from you after the game, obviously getting your first win as a head coach here. What did it mean to you to pick up this win?
Not so much for me, but for them. They needed it. you don't understand how resilient this group has been. They just keep, and that says a lot to me about their character, their heart, and more so than anything. I've told them I've lost before, I'll lose again. This is not about me. This is about them. We're going to do it the right way. We're going to do it together. And for them to walk in that locker room, see those smiles, and them to say, hey, all this work we put in, it was worth it. And winning is a lot more fun than losing. But there's a price to be paid to win. And, you know, we were able to get one today.
When you look ahead, the fact that it was Arkansas Little Rock, you called them the toughest team in the league earlier in the week. They were 5-1 coming in here, one of the better teams in the Bell. To get a win against a team like that too, moving forward, I got to feel like it's giving these guys some confidence.
I hope so. I mean, that's a basketball team that had been to Denver and won, had been to North Texas and won. They're 5-2 now, and they're coming off their first loss in the league. So you know, and I've known Coach Shields, he does a terrific job. And his teams are always, they're built, their identity is toughness. So you know he had them, their mindset, we're not getting out tough. Watching their game on tape from Thursday night, I thought they took a lot of bad shots. They didn't play as tough and with the energy I'd seen Little Rock play. So I knew what we were going to get today. I would have rather they went and won Thursday, because maybe they would have thought, oh, Western WKU, they're 1-5, whatever, we're going to roll in there and beat them. But we took their best shot, and they couldn't knock us out. They had us in the corner a couple times, but we just kept, we hung in there, and that's a good sign.
Took 25 three-pointers. Is that by design, or were they just throwing them up today?
No, some were by design, some were not. Now, I think the last 6-7 minutes, I think you'll check, we didn't take, I want to say we only took one. The three that Khalil hit in the corner was the only three we took. We ran a couple plays out, timeouts, by design to try to get Benny some threes, because I felt like if we could get him an open look, he would make some. But George Fant was big down the stretch. Moving Derek Gordon over to guard number 10, Coach Wellman suggested that during one of the timeouts, and I thought that was a key move, to move him on number 10, the point guard, and kind of slow him down, because Jamal had to play some extended minutes due to Kevin's injury.
You talked about Jamal right off the bat and how well he played in the second half. He's improved his offensive game, obviously, tremendously from last year to this year. What improvements have you seen out of him this year? And it almost seems like he's just a different player.
Well, I think the one thing I try to do and I told him, I'm especially hard on point guards, because I think they're critical to whether you win or lose. And I'm about the type of decisions they're making with the basketball, the reads, and a lot of the sets and things we're trying to do are based on how you're defended. It's not, we got away from that a little bit early. We were just playing. But I thought he really grew up in the second half, especially in those last 7 minutes. He let every play develop. He read it, made the right decision. Now, Jamal's a guy that can make threes. I don't think that's necessarily the best part of his game, but he's worked on that. And anytime you got a kid that's worked on as hard as he has, you got to allow him to shoot it during the course of a game. He just got to understand time and score. If we're up one or down one last minute, I don't know if that's necessarily a shot that you want, but although I did see him bank one in against Tennessee State to win us a game earlier in the year. But the most important thing to me is he's starting to be a leader and take charge, and that's important for these young kids, that they have an older guy do that.
Anything else for Coach Harper?
Guys, thanks.
Thank you.